Hi, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kev's Mindset, where we talk everything finance, investing, mindset, and productivity. And today we're going to be talking about the problem with motivation and why it seems like it ebbs and flows, and it's just, you feel like one week you're super productive and you're doing a bunch of stuff, and the next week you're just like, I don't want to do anything. And why that keeps occurring on a weekly, monthly, etc. basis. And we're going to be going through all that today, so if you do enjoy the video, leave a like, and if you are new and want more content like this, then subscribe, and I would very much appreciate it. Also, if you have any questions, go ahead and go to the comment section down below, and I will definitely be responding down there. So let's get straight into the video. So your problem with motivation isn't that you're tired, bored, lazy. It's none of that. The problem is that you don't have systems or goals set in place. So when you tell yourself, okay, this week I'm gonna be super productive, I'm gonna get all this done, and then you hit a roadblock and it gets hard, and if you feel like, you know what, I'll do it later, and you start to procrastinate, that's where it starts going downhill. When you start telling yourself, I'll do it later, it's gonna be okay, I have time. When you start doing things like that, you have to be able to be aware and notice, okay, I'm starting to procrastinate. I'm starting to tell myself that I can do something later and that I don't need to do something right now. And if you notice that, and if you become aware enough, you can notice that and be like, okay, I'm doing this. Now I have to get to work. And something that you really need to remember is the 80-20 rule, that 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort or the work. So when you're doing homework, I myself as well, or whenever you're doing some assignment, some work, something that you need to be intently focused on, you really need to do. What you need to do is make sure you're only working on that thing. Don't try to watch Netflix while doing that. Do that and then have your reward be watching an episode of your favorite show. That's what it takes to get you to do the work. But if you're trying to multitask, you're going to spend 3-4 hours on a silly work or silly assignment or on a silly task that you could have spent easily 30 minutes to an hour on if you had just intently focused and done that work. If you do need help with your focus, I would suggest meditation, and only for 10 minutes a day, and do it consistently. And you'll start building your focus. It'll be easier for you to focus. And so now we're gonna get into goals and systems. So for goals, you're gonna want to make sure that you're setting goals that you can achieve, and you want to have long-term and short-term goals. So your long-term goals are going to be things that you want to achieve in a year, and then things you want to achieve in 2.5 years, and things you want to achieve in 5 years. You want to have those set in stone and set in place. You mostly want to focus on those 1-year goals. Don't make them too audacious, because if you don't accomplish them by the end of the year, you're going to be like, I didn't work hard enough. You're going to feel bad about yourself, even though you tried really hard. If you have these systems in place, you'll be able to work really hard. So on top of that, you're going to want to set up a system. So for those long-term goals, I'll give you an example. One of my 1-year goals is to read 30 books in 1 year, in this year, 2021. And that sounds kind of like, whoa, 30 books, that's a lot of books, especially since I wasn't reading until this year, and I started this in March. So it's like, whoa, that seems like a huge goal. But I realized, okay, January, February. Now I'm starting March 1st, and I kind of started in the last 3 days of February, but basically started in March. And so I have 10 months. So I have to read 3 books. Simple math, you have to read 3 books per month, and that'll get me to my 30 books. So then I break that down even smaller, read 1 hour per day. And then I make sure that if I don't read, I need to make sure I read about a book every 10 days. And that should be just perfect in order for me to reach my 30 books by the end of the year. And if you stay disciplined, and if you keep doing that over and over and over and over, day in and day out, and you have to build kind of ritual, that sounds kind of weird, but like a ritual/routine, because my ritual is I wake up, I brush my teeth, everything, go grab my cup of coffee, and I always have to have that cup of coffee with me and start reading my book. It gives me some energy, it gives me some dopamine, I like the taste of it, and I enjoy it while reading my book, and it's kind of calming, and it's a nice way to start your morning. I also suggest, if it's something that you really need to focus on, do it early in the morning, because if you do it later in the day, you're going to have already been on your phone, been on social media, been doing assignments on your laptop, all these things. You're going to have too many distractions going on. So it's better to wake up early and do it earlier in the morning, anything that requires a lot of focus. And from there, you can move on. But you need to have those goals and systems in place in order to continue to be productive. If not, you're going to keep going this way, where you have 1 week where you're super productive, next week you're in a slump and you're like, whatever, I'm not going to do anything. And there's a lot of things that are kind of attacking your productivity, and you're allowing them to be there by just going with the flow and just letting things happen. You need to be in control of your own life. So you need to have systems and goals in place in order for you to take control of your life and make sure that you're doing what you want to do so that you have extra time to indulge in whatever it is that you want to indulge. Also, set rewards for things. If you're gonna read a book, maybe say, okay, I get 10 minutes of watching a show, or maybe you get to watch an episode of something. I don't know, something that you gotta get and indulge in. Personally, at this point, I've gotten to the point where I don't need a reward for everything, but if it's a big task that I don't want to accomplish, or that I just don't want to do at that moment, I'll be like, hey, if you do this, you'll get this. And you might not even end up giving yourself that reward at the end, but just telling yourself that you're gonna get that reward allows you to do it. Also, a checklist and making sure that you have written down everything you want to do and checking it off. Checking it off also gives you a nice hit of dopamine. And that's kind of the trick behind this. Checking it off, dopamine. You're like, whoa, I did it. Check it off. You feel good about yourself. And that allows you to continue to do the other goals. And then as time goes on, you'll build those routines. You'll build those rituals. You'll build everything in order to move forward and continue with your progress and stay productive and make sure that you're accomplishing everything that you want to accomplish. So I hope this video did help. And if you did find some value from it, then please go and hit the like button. I would appreciate it very much, and it would push me out more in the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe if you do enjoy content like this and want more content about investing, productivity, mindset, finance, many more things. And I'll definitely keep it interesting. And I just want to make sure that I help you become a better you. And that's my whole goal. So I want to spread some positivity and help you achieve your goals while I try to achieve mine. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This was Kev's Mindset, and I'll see you.